Come to Cebu.
Why not to Cebu?
Cebu is good. Everyone is friendly and more friendly than another country, I think.
Ano po, lain nga system to how to grow crops na like hydroponics, ilang culture nga time is time ba yung dire. Self-confidence. Like,
So di na ka kung di na kay ka mauwaw mo storya og mga tao diha.
dili na
Ibalik nimo sa Pinas, di na sad ka mauwaw og kuan. Mayo kayo non, mayo na ay mo experience diha.
Every one of us has his or her own story to tell, based on our experiences and our perspectives throughout our lives. Hi, my name is Daisy, and I've spent 3 years studying agriculture, during the course of which I was lucky enough to spend 6 months on an internship in the Netherlands. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my intercultural journey and share what I discovered, how it made me feel, and how it has affected my views in the field of agriculture.
It was an excellent opportunity for me to immerse myself in one of Canada's leading universities to conduct a research project related to my field of specialization. I learned new things there, which sparks new research interest in me.
Did somebody break your heart? But I still want that. Do that dance.
Every dawn that's breaking brings hope to all these aching. This temporary bend that seems like the end. We will make it through. Oh, me and you. No one left to cry. No dreams or hopes will die. We can make it far together. No race, no class, no color. We can make this world a little better if in our hearts we'll rediscover that kindness knows no border. One world, one goal to prosper.
Nakukuan. Wala.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Cebu Technological University students, staff, and faculty, those who are here in the Zoom room, and also those who are watching right now on Facebook Live. But most importantly, we would like to have a warm welcome to our guest abroad from Malaysia. We have here our lecturer, our speaker later on, Professor Niza is with us, and other faculty and even staff from Malaysian universities like University Technology Malaysia, University Malaysia Terengganu, University Malaysia Sarawak, UTM Malaysia, Japan International Institute of Technology, UTM Kuala Lumpur, University Malaysia Perlis, or UNIMAP, and Asia Pacific University of Technology and Innovation. We are also being watched right now by our partners from Europe, from Poland, from IULT, from Bulgaria, from Varna University of Management, and other universities that CTU is in consortium with through the Erasmus Plus Friends project, as well as the Asia Technological University Network. So ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon we're going to watch the digital stories on intercultural awareness and cultural diversity from our CTU students, and also the announcing of a winner later on. And then two speakers on culture and internationalization from Malaysia and from Poland. And we will be closed later on by our Erasmus Plus Friends leader, Kristina Amotulyeva of Varna University of Management from Bulgaria. May hapon sa tanan, let me hear some response from our audience, if you can hear me.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So we will have the showing of, there are actually 10 digital stories. So we will just do a show partially, the first half of these entries, and then the next will be later on. But just like yesterday, well, yesterday there was a faculty member from Barili campus who gave us her digital story. And this afternoon also, we will showcase another faculty member from the Now campus who also made a digital story on intercultural awareness and cultural diversity. So these are like model faculty, you know, because they themselves have done their digital stories. So from the Now campus, I would like to show you the video of Miss Louverville Quino, a faculty of CTU Danao campus.
One of my favorite books is Oh, The Places You'll Go by Dr. Zeus. Some inspiring lines here goes. Wherever you fly, you will be the best. Wherever you go, you will top the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. Hang-ups can happen to you. It did to me. Growing up, I had other plans, but it doesn't always work that way. We all have that one big dream. I had my life figured out, or at least that's what. But it blew me somewhere else, brought me to traveling. I guess it's fair to say I've not ended up where I originally intended, but I sure did where I did. In my travels, I had detours and learned to ask for directions. Sometimes I have to find alternative routes, and at times I kind of end up in the waiting place. Traveling taught me that waiting isn't at most useless. It gave me time to breathe and think. It gave me the kind of new perspective to a grand creative plan. My disappointments opened me up to satisfaction. Change. It gave me a fresher view. Change trains our eyes to see the value and beauty in diversity. It teaches us that strangers we meet are the friends we have yet to make. I learned that our differences makes us all similar. In the end, I saw great places, met many wonderful people. I learned some new language, ate new kinds of food, and experienced different forms of hospitality. I learned to see the lighter side of things. Every place I have been echoes a resemblance of home. I ended up enjoying the greater things in life and ended up learning and teaching all together. The joys in life are in the daily things we do when we look back. So, travel. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
All right, thank you, Ms. Louverville Quino from the Now campus, the faculty of the Now campus. Just for the information of everyone, the Now campus has more than 100 participants of the Intercultural Awareness and Cultural Diversity massive open online course. And a lot of their students have actually joined in the digital storytelling contest. So right now we are going to showcase 5 of the videos made by our CTU students on their intercultural experience. Mm-hmm. The first video that we are going to watch this afternoon is from CTU CCMSC, Cebu City Mountain Satellite Campus, a second-year student with a program Bachelor in Elementary Education. Here is the video, Accept the Reality by Laureline Obida.
Sometimes we encounter different personality and diverse culture. Sometimes we find others which not evident in who we are, or just stay. We're afraid of keeping ourselves inside the box. We encounter to belong. We don't want other entering our business. Having feeling in our own. Oh, sometimes I mention was my daily experience when I was 6 years old. I don't want to involve from anyone. I barely talk, not considering them as a friend. I keep putting doors from them. Why I act like that? Because of my mother. She died before the day of my special day. I did great in school. I want her to be proud of me. But she's gone and not even witnessed my achievement as a first honor in our section. I'm totally upset that lead me to the deepest part of losing hope to get in touch with everyone. As time passed by, I meet people who keep on opening my eyes that there's a hope to fight, to live for. All we need is to get in touch with people who love us, value us, nor surround us. That people who melt the bars I made was my dearest high school friends, especially my lobster's best friends. They helped me a lot. In instant, I look the world as beautiful it is, and I'm able to cope up and adopt the diverse culture. Throughout my dad, I get involved joining different organizations in our school. I even join in our community. I get even joining different competitions. Sometimes I won and sometimes I failed. And that's life. We encounter ups and downs. I never get tried on trying. I'm happy involving myself to all and accept their different customs, values, and diverse culture. Now, it's easy for me to adapt and interact with peoples wherever I go. And I even handle difficult situations. When my father passed away last 2019, it leads me here in Cebu, living as a working student in order for me to continue my studies. I never hold back myself from getting attached with people. I welcome them with open arms. This is my story. I am Laureline Ida, a student in Cebu Technological University, Cebu City Mountain Satellite in Abbott's first Bachelor of Elementary Education. And I can say that accept the reality. Keep on moving.
Indeed, that was a very inspiring video from Lurlin, a second year student of CTU CCMSC. So you have to accept reality, move on, expand our horizon. So the second video that is to be shown is from CTU Danao campus's student Anna May Comendador, the second year BS Travel Management, and her video's title is New Beginnings.
When I was young, I dreamed of a good life for my family. My objective is to graduate and have a good paying job. Luckily, I was given an opportunity to work in Japan. Traveling abroad at a young age and inexperienced is somewhat terrifying. For 2 years of working in Japan, I met a wide range of people, and mostly of them are pleasant and helpful, especially when you needed help. They will not hesitate to lend a helping hand. They have their own unique culture, which I had the opportunity to witness. It's strange yet fascinating, like the way they respect each other by bowing. An exquisite way of preparing their foods. And the hot spring where they occasionally bath together. Despite our differences, I learned how to socialize. It also boosted my self-esteem. My knowledge and understanding of their language and culture widened. They made me laugh, supported me, and showed me sympathy and love. It enables me to see things from a different viewpoint and to be able to manage myself and to adapt. Realize that despite earning a living, we must remember to live in the moment and enjoy life. There are many tomorrows, but only one day. And our lives are worth a lot more than we think. Because we can accomplish far more than we realize.
So that was the story of Anime Comendador of CTU Danao campus. That was a very good experience to be there in Japan and immerse in the culture of Japan. Congratulations, Anna. The third presenter is Valerie Rose Pagalan, a second year BS Travel Management student of CTU Danao, and her video is entitled, When Was the Last Time You Did Something for the First Time? Let's all watch the video.
May 2, 2021.
Di
For
pa
the first
kaka-
time in my life, I did something solely for me and by choice, rather than because someone told me it was good or terrible. This was sort of a new experience. It was a sunny day. We went to a place we've never been to, and all I can say is it feels so good to be lost in the right direction. As we rode the motorcycle there, I looked around and realized this life is pretty amazing. I see myself smiling and amazed by the things I'm not used to see. As we drive in, I can feel my excitement for what may happen today and what new experiences I will have. We handed out our blankets, placed them in the sand, and then put our food. We talk, laugh, and plan our next trip while we eat. The beach and the view appear to be like a dream to me. I've never pictured out myself going to far places together with my close friends. It is indeed the best dreams happen when you are awake. Another experience we had was meeting with new people, getting to talk and socializing with them. The people we meet while traveling can be an important element of every journey we take. These are sometimes fellow travelers, and occasionally they are natives. The strange thing is that these people may occasionally impact our trip and maybe even our life in ways we could never have anticipated. There's something about travel that makes us feel vulnerable. This vulnerability comes from the nature of travel itself, to genuinely absorb a culture and the sense of a destination. We must be open to new chances, experiences, and people. When we open yourself up in this way, we also invite in like-minded travelers. Anita Desai famously stated, "Wherever you go becomes a part of you somehow." We have left our hearts in numerous places and will retain numerous places in our hearts for the rest of our lives. Those places shaped us into the people we are today. Travel is not always beautiful. It doesn't always feel comfortable. It hurts at times and it even breaks your heart. But that's alright. The journey always changes you. It should always change you. It leaves implications on your memory, consciousness, heart, and body. You brought something with you. Hopefully, you leave something good behind.
Yes, when was the last time you did something for the first time? That was the video of a CTU Danao student, a second year travel management student, Valerie Rose Pagalan. Okay. Moment. Okay. So the fourth video that we have here is still from the same campus and the same program, second year BS Travel Management. A video by Rhea Rose Bordadora entitled, "Why Do I Love Traveling?"
Hey, let's go somewhere. Please join me. Let's go to the beach. Come on. I won't go if you will not come. These lines are what I always say whenever I have plans to travel. I always depend on my friends, that's why I fail to achieve something. When I was a kid, I really have this hobby to swim. And of course, I experienced drowning as well, but I was able to survive on my own. It was really my dream to dive in deep ocean. But as I grew up, it became my least priority. I didn't forget it. It was buried deep in my heart. And now it is awakened, so I will try every way to finally catch that dream, to live that dream, and finally fulfill the lacking part of myself. And now I realized that this isn't a hobby anymore, but a passion, a need. Last November 30, we went camping at that top which was located somewhere in Busay. It was very unexpected because earlier that day I was very wasted. So my friends woke me up, then we went hiking. My vision was a bit blurry, but for the sake of exploring, I must go on. We arrived at the destination, had a few drinks, then we party all night. It was a very fun and memorable night, though it was very tiring. When I wake up in the morning, the view was clearer. I contemplated a lot while watching the view. Will I still experience this in the future, or just the feeling? Last day of February, but the first day that I decided to travel alone, to not wait for other people, to have fun alone, to be with myself and enjoy every moment of it. I am really fond of beaches. I have this passion in swimming and I really want to go to Majestic Katmon because it is known for cliff diving. I got to experience the beauty of one of the finest beaches in Katmon. The water was so clear that I don't want to leave the ocean. I was planning this with my friends, but I realized that if I'm always dependent with other people, I could never go here. So I decided to travel by myself. I asked the receptionist if I could leave my things beside her, and she nodded. That was when I realized that you can save money as well if you travel alone. You don't have the need to pay for the cottage. You just find a way on your own, and with that, you met new people. Luckily, there were no missing of my things. That day, I was so happy, even though I was a little bit uneasy to swim alone, and the water was very deep. There were people on the other side, though, but it is still important to have someone you can call if something unexpected happened. Nonetheless, I didn't get too far away from the sight of the people. The ocean calms me. I don't know. I just know that when I'm at the ocean, all my worries disappear. If I keep on waiting for other people, I can't move forward. We are responsible for our own paths after all, and I owe it to myself to take charge of mine.
All right, thank you. So we are now going to Katmon, ASAP, okay? Thank you for featuring Katmon, one of the nicest beaches in, in Cebu. That was Rose Bordadora. And then the fifth video, the video before we have our lecture on Malaysia's culture and internationalization. This video is from Trisha May Roble, a third-year student, bachelor in elementary education student of CTU San Francisco.
Of all the books in the world, the best stories are found between the pages of A Passport by Anonymous. Hi, this is Trisha May Biroble, and here is my story. Last February 14 to 17, 2019, I was one of the 16 delegates under Cebu Province to participate in the East Asia Interregional Tourism Forum, launching 2019 Global Youth Leadership Exchange Program at Gangwon Province, South Korea. The main purpose of this event was to pursue peace and prosperity through exchanges in diverse fields of tourism. We were introduced by the Korean's culture and tourism, as well as appreciate its richness brought to the progress of the country. The first day of the event was the tour to Samtan Art Mine and Arirang Museum, wherein the welcoming program was held, and where I had the opportunity to sing Arirang songs together with the performers and chosen representatives from different countries. On the second day, we went on a museum tour at DMZ Museum and the Unification Observatory Gangnam Tour at Olympic Park, where we played an Olympic game of curling and went to Yungang Market. The third day of the event was the tour of Pyeongchang, where we went to Yongpyong Ski Resort, experienced riding in a cable car to Mount Palawangsan, and experienced sled dogs amidst the very cold winter. Nothing measures the excitement and enjoyment I had that time. At night, we had a farewell dinner and EDM party, which I had the best night of my life. Seeing Sai performing his songs such as Papa Gangnam Style and the camaraderie with other delegates. What a wonderful time to reminisce. We were given an additional day to have a tour of Seoul, the capital city of South Korea. We stayed at Myeongdong, where we toured the famous Gungbukgung Palace, the National Folk Museum of Korea, and Myeongdong Night Market. Opening my eyes to those wonderful places, enjoying the cold breeze of winter, foods, lifestyle, and culture of Korea makes me still amazed and love their country. How disciplined they are, especially in cleanliness, how they preserve, enrich, and empower their culture, as they are proud of being who they are. I signify Korean people. I was lucky, blessed indeed, for this once in a lifetime opportunity given to me. If I would be given a chance to go back to those places, well, who am I to revoke? Hoping for the comeback and more escapades to go. Truly yours, Trisha.
You were indeed blessed, Trisha May Roblev, for that experience in Korea. So before we move or proceed to the next set of videos, we would have our lecture on Malaysian culture and internationalization first. And again, I would like to again thank those who have submitted: Laureline Obida, Ana May Comendador, Valerie Rose Pagalan, Rhea Rose Bordadora, and Trisha May Roble for the digital stories. Now, to introduce our beloved guest for this afternoon, may we have the chairperson for internationalization and ASEAN integration of the Cebu City Mountain Satellite Campus, Dr. Alma Rosilio Magno.
A pleasant afternoon to all. Our first speaker is a professor of mathematics in Faculty of Science in University Technology, Malaysia, or UTM, located in Johor Bahru, Johor, Malaysia. She received her Bachelor of Science with honors, Master and PhD in mathematics from State University of New York at Binghamton, New York, USA. Aside from being an educator, supervisor, and active researcher, our speaker has been holding many administrator positions in UTM. She was the head of postgraduate department in Faculty of Science from 2007 to 2012, the deputy dean in the School of Graduate Studies from 2012 to 2016, the director of Global Education and Student Experience in UTM International from 2016 to 2018, and the Associate Director of Student Services and Global Education Experience from 2018 and 2019. At present, she is the Associate Director of Global Strategy and Engagement from August 2019, and her term will end on December 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Professor Dr. Norhaniza Samin.
Thank you very much, Alma, for the nice introduction. Good afternoon from Johor, Malaysia. Good morning, everyone, everywhere. Good evening. Thank you for the invitation to this very lovely program this afternoon. I met Alma end of last year through virtually, and welcoming also CTU as one of our ATU NET members. Let me try and share my slide. Can you see my slide?
Yes, Doc, we can see it.
Okay. Okay, so I was supposed to talk about Malaysia, culture and international of engineering and technology. So that's by Alma. You can contact me through my email. if you are in Facebook Live, I see so many of you. Please like or love and share the video now. Okay, so everyone else can share later, if not now. And I've seen that so many of you have said hi, good afternoon, where you are from. If you can write also your country. In the chat in here, I can see like almost 60 in the chat here and in Zoom, and also so many of you in Facebook Live. So we don't just stop this afternoon, we can still in contact after this. You can find so many students from UTM in Facebook Live right now. Like, good afternoon, I'm Niza from University Technology Malaysia. Like, I'm CTU from Philippines. All right, so I can see some of my students are there. Hi, Atira, Dr. Julie. All right, so the next question will be, have you been to Malaysia? Can you write in the chat now? And can you write in the comment section in Facebook? Have you been to Malaysia? It's very easy question, no math question. Yes or no? All right, 1 minute. Okay, I can see if you are in Malaysia, you don't have to answer this because you're already in Malaysia. If you are outside Malaysia, okay, nice to see that some of you have been to Malaysia. It's okay if you have not been to, because today I will share about Malaysia, about our culture, and specifically about UTM internationalization activities. All right, so keep on typing, keep on saying hi, you can tag your friend. All right, so let me share a little bit about Malaysia. This is Kuala Lumpur. It's the capital of Malaysia. That is how far or how close we are to the Philippines. About only 2,000 kilometers. About probably a couple of hours in flight. I've been to Manila, I've been to Philippines, I think 3 times. If you have, okay, Malaysia, we have 13 states in Malaysia. So we have the Peninsula Malaysia, and we also have the East Malaysia. So 13 states in all. So there's Sabah and Sarawak in the east of Malaysia and the others here. All right, so we are here. I'm now here in Johor. All right, so UTM has 2 campuses I will share later. So if you fly, you can fly to Kuala Lumpur, the capital city, then fly down to Johor Bahru, or you can fly to Singapore because we are just across Singapore. So this is where we are in the map. I want to share about our multicultural in Malaysia. So the biggest race will be Malay, and I'm a Malay. Then we have the Chinese, then we have the Indian, and we have the indigenous tribe. The others we have from Sabah, we have from Sarawak, and there are many others. So it's a very multicultural country with also many religions and languages. So we have the official religion, which is Islam. This is when we're celebrating. I'm not sure whether today is the last day or yesterday was the last day of the Idul Fitri. Normally we celebrate for 1 month. So this year, since we are still under movement control order, we just celebrate in our own home, our own family. And the Chinese celebrate Chinese New Year, and the Indian, they celebrate Deepavali, and also their celebration of Christmas also. And so many. Malaysia is known as one of the countries who have like so many public holidays, and we celebrate a lot in 1 year. About food, every student, especially our international students or exchange students, they always don't want to go back to their country because they said Malaysia is like heaven of food. So I promise, Dr. Julie, you are there, you have to show nasi lemak. Okay, this is the very, very famous food in Malaysia. It's coconut rice. So we eat with peanuts, with anchovies, with cucumber, with boiled eggs, and the sambal. This is like, right, chili. And also you drink that with, teh tarik is in Malay, you pull it, so sometimes they call it a pulling tea. It's very, very famous. And also other famous food like in Johor, we have specifically, we call it laksa Johor. If you have tried that, you can write in the chat, write in the comment, you have tried that, you miss nasi lemak, okay? And some states, they have their own special food. So like laksa, we have in Johor, we have in Penang, we have also laksa from Sarawak. And something very interesting is that we know Bandung is Indonesia. When I went to Bandung, I realized that there is no this drink in Bandung, but we call it sirap Bandung. Also, we have the famous mi Bandung in Johor. It's, I think, originated from Johor. I'm from Johor originally, but there is no mi Bandung in Bandung, Indonesia. And also famous in Penang is nasi kandar, and also roti canai. So if you come to Malaysia, when the border is open, when we all can travel again, all of you that if you have been or you have not been to Malaysia, you are all very welcome. And taste the food. So our climate is summer all year long. It's either sunny or raining. So warm tropical temperatures ranging normally around 29 or 30. And we have, like mentioned, I saw in the videos just now, you have lots of beaches. We also have lots of beaches. You see the peninsula and our East Malaysia. We have all the nice shores there, so you can go around. And as of our currency, we have very colorful currency. The local currency is Malaysian ringgit. So it's like 1 USD is 4 ringgit. And this is 100 ringgit. Up to 1 ringgit. And we have also the coins, so the 5 cent, 10 cent, and so on and so forth. And you can see that it portrays the Malaysian flower, our king. That's the highest mountain in Malaysia. That's the palm tree. That's turtle, the biggest flower in Sabah, and the kite. So it also, you can see the arts in all the culture in Malaysia. As of the language, our official language is a Malay language, Bahasa Melayu, but we also have English as our second language actually. We learn English since kindergarten, although our mother tongue, for the Chinese, they speak Chinese, the Indian, so we have sort of primary schools. You can go to the Malay Malay language school, we can go to Chinese school, and there's also a Tamil school. So you say hello, how are you in English. In Malay, you will say hi, apa khabar. In Mandarin, or you say ni hao ma. This is actually in Malay, but we write in Jawi. So it's not Arab, hi, apa khabar, written in Jawi. Or Vanakkam, that's in Tamil. Okay, let me show you something about Malaysia in this video. Take a few seconds to load. Okay. So these are all different tribes. Orang Utan, we have that in the zoo.
Malaysia now and forever.
So that's the traditional game.
Different races everywhere. The
Malay traditional house.
Malaysia is surely here. This
So we have the turtles always in Terengganu, the East Coast. This is satay, the most famous and my most favorite, and the puling tea, and the roti canai. That's Kuala Lumpur, Mount Kinabalu. Alright, so that's, let's stop share this. Okay, let me stop that. And go back. All right. Can you still see my slide?
Yes, Prof.
All right, so I have one more just to share 1 minute of a Johor video. This is the Johor state where we are right now.
Di negeri Johor ini adalah satu negeri yang unik. Johor itu sendiri diambil daripada perkataan Arab Jauhar yang bermaksud batu permata.
It's a gemstone. Johor is Jauhar, a gemstone.
So for divers, Johor, why is very attractive? First one, because we have a lot of preserved island in Johor.
Food and food and food. Again, the sake. Famous Luang Ring coffee.
There are a lot of hipster cafes, there are a lot of youngsters, there are a local group like Johor. So they kind of like shape the character of the city in a modern context.
Quite famous. It's most during the wedding normally.
Something unique about eating in Johor is something very interesting in various districts.
My favorite bread in Johor Bahru.
Makanan Johor ni dia istimewa kerana masakan dia punya sejarah macam bangsa Arab datang ke Johor dan kepulauan Melayu, Bugis, Jawa. Jadi elemen-elemen berbagai bangsa ni masuk dalam kebudayaan dan tradisional masakan Johor.
Talking about our food in Johor is very cultural. So you can see the Malay, the Chinese and the Indian.
Budaya itu melambangkan bangsa itu. Ini gambar saya seolah-olah bila ada gambar seperti kita, orang tak pakai Melayu. Yang lagi unik ni Johor ni.
Alright, so that's about Johor. Alright, so I'll move on. Okay, let me see. Alright, to share about UTM. So this is our campus in Johor Bahru. Elma, you can still see my slide, right?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, just to make sure, because it's like I'm talking to myself. I can just see my screen laptop. All right, so that's the mosque in the middle and our faculty surrounding the mosque in about 1,000 hectares. So when you see the one on the left, we have two big main campuses of UTM. The one on the left in Johor Bahru, the southmost of Peninsular Malaysia, and we have the Kuala Lumpur campus, much smaller. We started actually in Kuala Lumpur, and we have a new research campus in the north of Johor State. So our philosophy, our vision to be a premier global academic and research institution in science, technology, and engineering. Although it's mentioned in the title that is for engineering and technology, we do have science, we do have social science, we do have business. So it's all in UTM there, although we are known as University Technology Malaysia. So our core values is integrity, synergy, excellence, and sustainability. So these are the 7 faculties in UTM. So we have Faculty of Engineering is the biggest one, and then we have Faculty of Social Science and Humanities. This is in Johor Bahru. This is also in Johor Bahru. We have the Faculty of Built Environment and Surveying. We have Azman Hashim International Business School, both in Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru. A part of social science also we have in Kuala Lumpur. We have Faculty of Science in Johor Bahru. That's my faculty. I'm from Department of Mathematics. We have Physics, Biology, Chemistry also. And we have Faculty of Razak Technology and Informatics. This is in Kuala Lumpur. And we have Malaysia Japan International Institute of Technology in Kuala Lumpur. So just sharing some more photos in our campus. We have some lakes inside campus in Johor Bahru. This is surrounding in front of the mosque. There's the faculties in there. Okay, this is where the accommodation of the student. We have 13 colleges on campus. So most of the students live on campus. So our campus is very green campus. Then you can come if you are undergraduate now, you are very welcome to continue your master's or PhD in UTM. If you want to come for exchange, when the border is open, you are welcome. Right now, we are still doing mobility online. Some UTM facts and figures that I want to share. We have around 1,600 academic staff in those 7 faculties, and more than 90% they are PhD holders, or close to 100%. This is actually my faculty when I went to visit for international office. All right. For number of students in the whole of campuses, we have around 24,000 students altogether. Okay. And among those, we have around 15,000 undergraduate students. This is taken during the convocation. We don't have the convocation last year and this year, so hopefully we'll have one probably end of the year or next year. Okay. And among those, there are close around 9,000 postgraduate students. So we have like 50-50 PhD and also master student for our postgraduate students. So in UTM, our master's courses are taught like for mixed mode, 2 semesters classes, 1 semester research, or you can come as whole of the research students. As of international students, we have almost 5,000 international students on campus. So this is the time when we bring them for a trip. And we are quite active in mobility of students. This was in 2019, before the pandemic, in which we have some students trips around Johor Bahru up to Malacca and sometimes even to Kuala Lumpur. So from Kuala Lumpur to Johor Bahru, it took like 4 hours on the road or 45 minutes in flight. So you can see some exchange students coming in. So we bring around the Johor Bahru city. And mobility outbound, we also send our students to outbound mobility, doing internship. I think I have the slide for that. As of students from the Philippines, we would love to have more from Philippines, okay, to come and join us with our more than 4,000 international students, close to 5,000 actually, from almost 80 countries in UTM. So far, right now, we have active full-time students from Philippines, not that many, but we do have some students from the Philippines. Okay, let me show 3 minutes of UTM corporate video.
UTM, University Technology Malaysia. Innovative, entrepreneurial, global. A global award-winning university in engineering and technology that coexists in the community to contribute to mankind. We invest in laboratories and facilities, empowering our people to solve life challenges. We nurture innovative minds through research and teaching because innovative minds drive competitive and innovative research culture. Life problems are brought into the labs to test our inventions against imperfections. Our facilities enrich our students' life because conducive environment triggers creative minds. We empower students to be active contributors in the ecosystem. UTM embraces inclusivity and diversity. Together, making a difference, our entrepreneurial talents continue to improve the quality of life. We reach out to where it matters, the society. Treating water for consumption.
UTM is 5 of the research universities in Malaysia, one of 20 public universities.
Our research products and services have made a difference to many lives. We provide engineering solutions for sustainable development, and our engineering solutions uplift the quality of life and well-being. Our experts are mobilized to affected sites to respond to calls for help. We are proud to serve and make a difference.
That is our stadium.
UTM strives with total commitment to attain excellence in science, technology and engineering for the well-being and prosperity of mankind. UTM, prospering lives.
All right, so that's UTM. Okay, so next I want to mention about our mobility program. If you've seen, we do some exchanges also. So we send our students to go abroad for research internship. We also receive students coming to UTM if you want to do research or attachment in UTM from probably as short as 1-2 months to up to 1 year. Since we are now partners with CTU, and we probably have many other students from many other partners right now, so you can join us in this mobility program. For research internship, student exchange 1 to 2 semesters, even for just a short 1 to 2 days or a week of academic visit. And also we have UTM summer school that we offer. Hopefully next year we start to offer again, that you can come for 2 weeks to UTM. And as of our mobility activities with the Philippines, you can see we have quite a number of students, 150 inbound students and 110 outbound students over these 4-5 years up to 2019 physical from the Philippines. You can see they come for academic visit to UTM. We have 13 student exchange, and we have outbound students also. We send them for visit. That is what we call global outreach program. And they went for conferences, and also some of them doing internship abroad. And just to share some photos of our inbound students from the Philippines, we have from University of Mindanao, we have from St. Louis University, and also, some of them. Okay, and from the Philippines, Los Banos, Philippines, and De La Salle, we have academic visit, quite a number of them. They come in the bus, and in 2017. Since the pandemic, we did not have physical, but we cannot stop. So we do these online activities. We can still do this actually, even when we can travel to do hybrid. So we have started doing this since last year as a member of Asia Technological University Network, in which CTU now is a member. We have all this sharing session. We have virtual university president forum. We have also a student leaders forum. And you are very welcome, CTU and all others here, if you want to do these activities with us virtually. And some more that I want to share is about HUNet Global Culture Corner, that we did this for 2 afternoons from, I think, 5 universities from many countries. So the students can meet, although they cannot meet physically, but at least they can meet this. And for now, that's why I said, if you have not introduced yourself there, do this, and then you can get connected with the other students. So just to share how many partners that we have quite a number of partner institutions, close to 300 around the world. And from many countries, Philippines, quite active now in so many universities that we have from the Philippines. And I did not put all 300 here, but this just to give you the feel of how many partners that we have around the world. So we have from the East up to we have from South America, Brazil, Argentina, and others. And we have quite a number also from Europe, and we are also very active in Erasmus with the members. We are also members of alliances and multilateral partnership. So you can see we are a member of WTUN, South Erasmus, Eurasia, GE4, GE3, and others. So if your university is also a member of any of these alliance, then we can do activities like the exchange, so the students don't need to pay the fees when they come to UTM. And mobility program under alliances, if your university is part of this SHARE or Erasmus Plus, ATUNET, this is specifically for mobility. So you can come to Malaysia or UTM, and our students can go also to your university under this. And I mentioned earlier about summer school. So next year, probably if everything is okay and everyone can travel, hopefully, then you are all students welcome to join us. This 2 weeks program is open by mostly our faculties, not necessarily only for that faculty students, or you have to have that degree. Some of them, they're open to anyone. So please, you can just visit our website here and see what is available. So the cost is USD 1,000, but it is for 2 weeks. It covers meals, it covers board and room, accommodation, and also trips, and also the classes. Okay, I want to also, because this is cultural activities, I want to share about our specifically UTM Culture Corner. UTM Culture Corner is about equipping participants with the needed skill out of classroom settings. We want them to be confident, we want them to learn about another culture, understand, to be global ready, and purposeful leaders. So we had this, it started in 2017, where in line with UTM vision of internationalization at home, we designed this program as a platform for interaction and knowledge sharing. So it helped to promote also internationalization at home. You see, we have more than 20,000 students. We cannot afford for everyone to go abroad. So we can bring the world to UTM with our almost 5,000 international students, our exchange students. So we bring them together. We do this Culture Corner almost every month or twice a month. And it depends whether we do it at night or we do a trip. So the local students can also showcase the diversity of the language and cultures that I just shared in the beginning of Malaysia to the international students, and the international students can also share their culture. So the objective is to build confidence in communicating with others, to nurture communication skills, to promote culture exchange, and to encourage learning of foreign languages. I hope after today, at least you know one Malay word, which is apa khabar, it's how are you? Okay, so at least we learned something today. So unity and belongingness that is both inclusive and global. The need to meet up the global revolution of learning, cultural differences, and sharing. We meet like just about 2 hours every 2 weeks. So I will share a little bit. This is one video from our global body on UTM Culture Corner. authentic Malay cultural village. It's just in the city of Johor Bahru, but 20 minutes away from UTC. So the students learn about the culture of Malay. You can sing. So they do the what we call a batik painting. So this is the famous batik cloth. Hand drawn. That's me doing the roti canai. We call it baju Melayu. The Malay wear that, the men. So the students try to play our traditional games, and everyone has to go back with the painting. Right. So I have one more video before my time is up. All right, let me try this. Okay, this is the compilation of all the Culture Corner. We were celebrating the first anniversary of our Culture Corner. So I will bring you to have a little feeling of how we do this Culture Corner. It's about 5 minutes. University. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's go back. Hopefully we can do Culture Corner again next year when the students are back to campus. That's actually the end of my presentation. Thank you very much to everyone for listening, for staying here until the end. So you can get connected. This is my website. If you need to contact me to come to UTM, to meet up or contact any student in UTM, you can send me an email. We can get connected. In Facebook, I think it's almost maximum, but you are welcome to like UTM International Facebook page and LinkedIn also. That's I mean. So thank you very much to CTU for this invitation. I don't think I have any more slide. Okay, so I stop share now.
Balik dia ke tuan Bas macam mana?
Okay, Prof. Niza, we would like to have some questions. If you have some questions, you can type in your question in the chat box or in our comment section and section on FB Live. First of all, Prof. Niza, we are so grateful here in CTU that you have reached out to us and that we are now part of Asia Technological University Network. That is a very good initiative. So thank you so much. And then I believe that you are friends with Dr. Lauren Chua also.
Yes.
She's also a good friend from De La Salle University. She has been giving good feedback about UTM.
What's last night we had a program with her?
Yeah, I would actually join your, what was that program? I think it is the Global Education Summit.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
you also have your SDG, which you invited also Dr. Maureen of De La Salle University. Thank you so much for that, Prof. Nisa. So, and also your internationalization program is really comprehensive. You have more than 5,000 students. Your students, your international students actually are commenting on Facebook Live now. I think they are from, I think some of them are from Vietnam. Yeah. So, and hello to those students from UTM Malaysia who are watching right now.
Hello.
So if you want to ask something, you may ask Prof. Niza. And Prof, while waiting for some questions, I would like to ask, how important is internationalization in a university, in UTM, for example, as we are also trying to learn more about internationalization in our university?
Internationalization is one of the big and important agenda also. We want to have our students to be exposed to internationalization, the curriculum, even the ranking. Everyone, like even students who have scholarship, why they come to UTM, because it's because of one of the reason is because of the ranking. So your question is how important is internationalization? It is very important. It's one of our main and big agenda in UTM.
Yes, thank you. And it's also one of the sustainable development goals to advance partnership, right?
Yep.
One way to advance partnership is to internationalize and build networks all over the world. Thank you so much. And any question or comment from our viewers, you may do so. They're just saying thank you in the chat box.
If I can ask, do you want to come to Malaysia? You can type even in the Facebook Live. Do you want to come to Malaysia? You are very welcome. Yeah, I can see some in the chat.
Prof. Niza, the president of the university would like to give you the certificate of appreciation. And I hope that we can do more things between UTM and CTU, knowing that we are both technological university.
Even if your students want to do any activities with our students, you can just write to us if we are international, and we can match you up. Even faculty members or students, any activities you want to do with UTM, just write to us.
Yes, and you have a faculty in was it in sciences or where you belong
Yes,
to
I'm
in
from
the
science.
mathematics department? So
Mhm.
I think our department is also fairly new. We can also do some things with mathematics programs in the future.
Mhm.
So Prof. Niza, I would like to read the Certificate of Appreciation awarded to Prof. Dr. Noor Haniza Sarmin, Associate Director for Global Strategy and Engagement of University Technology Malaysia, Malaysia, for serving as a resource speaker for the topic Malaysia, Culture and Internationalization of Engineering and Technology during CTU's first International and Intercultural Festival on June 10 to 11, 2021, done via webinar hosted by CTU Philippines. This certificate is given on the 11th day of June 2021 in the city of Cebu. Signed, Rosine A. Ancheta Jr., CNP, PhD, and TM, SUC President 4. A round of applause for Prof. Niza, everyone.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Prof. Niza. They are doing their virtual applause here in our Zoom room. And likes.
It's like I'm receiving it.
Once again, thank you to our viewers from Malaysia. So they are quite a handful here. Now I've seen them make comments.
So there's a question. How is warning in Malaysia? What? Working. Oh, okay, how is working? Okay, our cases are still high actually. So we just started the working from home again. We call it a total lockdown. The government has done this 1st June until 14th of June. So we really hope that the case will reduce greatly so we can go back to work. So right now, only about 10 to 20% can go to office, all the frontliners. So the academics, we staying at home, so all classes are still online until the rest of this semester. This is our 12th week for this semester. We only have 2 more weeks left, and then we'll have our break for study week, and then 3 weeks of final exam, and our next semester will start in October.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. So it's like a similar right now situation in the Philippines where we just use online learning as of the moment. So later on, we will also ask if Poland has the same situation, because last time I spoke with Honorata about the situation. They already had this face-to-face class. So Prof. Niza, thank you. And I don't know if you can still stick until the end so that we can have a photo op maybe later on, but I hope we can still have you. All right, thank you. That was Prof. Niza Sarmin of Malaysia. Yes, go ahead.
Student also schooling online. Online for now.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, that's it. Okay. Last question.
Yes, so they're asking.
Thank you very much.
Because in the Philippines we have modular learning. Those who cannot have the access to internet, they will use papers. They will answer like that. I don't know if that is the case with you.
Our students in Sabah and Sarawak and some rural areas also, they don't have the internet. So I can see some school teachers, they actually send it like assignment and helping the students.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prof. Niza.
All right.
Thank you to the active participants who asked their questions.
Right. Stay safe, everyone. Take care.
Mm-hmm. So these are their comments. Thank you so much. Very informative lecture on Malaysia. Now we proceed to the next lecturer. The lecturer that we have is from Poland. She is going to be formally introduced by the chairperson for internationalization and ASEAN integration of the College of Education at CTU main campus. Please introduce our speaker, Dr. Marjorie Añero.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon, Dr. Doris. Our next speaker is a motivated manager with experience in managing and implementing international projects. She has successfully established relationships and cooperation, enabling the implementation of new opportunities. She earned her master's degree, Faculty of Management, with the field of study Marketing and Management from the University of Lodz. Another master's degree from the Faculty of Economics and Sociology with the field of study International Economic and Political Relations from the University of Lodz. PhD study with the field of specialization Marketing and Management from Wrocław University of Economics. She is currently in process of her PhD in Warsaw School of Economics. In line with that, she was the marketing manager, the director of public relations in the Universal Home Loans in Wrocław, the managing director in the Academy of Image, the development manager in the Healthcare Employers Association of Lower Silesia, the EU project manager of the Sonelli Group Cluster, the director, coordinator of the Third Silver Economy Conference in the Polish Institute of Silver Economy in association with Ministry of Development, and at present, she is the head of the International Cooperation Office in the International University of Logistics and Transport in Wrocław, Poland. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Ms. Honorata Dudek-Prisiak.
Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. I would like to express my special gratitude to the president of CTU University, Dr. Rosein Acheta, and I would like also say thank you very much to Doris Gascon for inviting me for this distinguished event, for opportunity to present my city and my university. Okay, let's start our presentation. I think that maybe you wonder what is connection between Philippines, Malaysia, and Poland. I think that the biggest link between these three countries, it's the university. This is CTU, UTM, and ULT, it means my university, which is very specialized university focused on internationalization and also of technical issues. Welcome everybody again.
Welcome, Honorata. Good afternoon and good morning there in Poland.
Good morning in Poland, it is true. At the beginning, I would like to present a small quiz. Let me share my screen. Okay, have you seen my screen?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, not yet.
Give me a sec.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give me a sec. I try. Technical problem is always the bigger. Maybe I try again. Okay. Now you can see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Great. So try to guess Is this Venice? And this picture is maybe the Milan, or maybe this picture on the picture it's Tokyo. Now, every of these places you can find here in my city, in Wrocław. Today, I would like to present you a few things, a few places and key facts about our culture in our city, and culture about our university, which is very, very high level of internationalization. On the picture, you can see very popular and very very nice and very popular clock, which you can see on our square. This is very unique clock on which you can find not only the time, but as you see, also the information about the planets of the zodiac constellation. It is very old one. It was built in the 3rd of the centuries and still exists in Wrocław. If you one time would like to visit our city, you can see a lot of bridges. Our city, Wrocław, is also called the Venice of the West, and also the East, and also the South of the pole of the Europe. As you see here in Wrocław, you can find a different style of the bridges. We have a lot of rivers, and we have more than 100 bridges. Because our city, this is a city which is based on a very international history. Our city before belongs to the Germany, to the Czech, and now we are just in Poland. We are a very international city, but also the city which is very well known like nice place to visit. And in 2018, our city was chosen like a best European destination. And what is important for us, like people who live here, that this kind of competition, like European best destination, it is very prestige competitors, because we had also this kind of cities like Paris, Amsterdam, Vienna. And in 2018, people around the European Union choose just our city like a place which I really would like to see. And when we are just, you see on the picture, in the middle of the Europe, just between the German and Czech and also Belarus and Ukraine. And we are based in the south of the Poland. So here in our city, which is based on very international history, now lives 640,000 of people. But what is very interesting from our point of view, that if you come here to my city, you can meet a lot of students. Here in Wrocław, we have more than 120,000 of students who live here in Wrocław. And these students are not only the Polish students, but also from the international environment. Why we have a huge number of students here in the city? The reason is that we are very focused on two things at our city: innovation, knowledge, and research. And what is important, that our first university, this is the University of Wrocław, was set up in 17th centuries. You can see the building of the next very prestigious and very well-known university. This is University of Technologies in the left up corner. And this in the results makes our city very friendly for the international people, especially young people, especially students who came from a lot of different countries. Also, this fact that we have a lot of university did very important things for every of people around the world because close like 12 of people who contact projects, research projects, just received the Nobel Prize. So in our research history, we have a lot of some of innovation which help people live in every day better. What's more, we are not only the international in this aspect, which I present before, it means in the history and also in the universities and research and innovation aspects, but we are also very international in aspects of culture, but culture not only focus on the culture in Poland, but also if European. And in 2000, as you see on the slide, in 2016, our university was European Capital of Culture. Here in this year, you can find a lot of different events about the Polish culture, European culture, but also it was presented a lot of event which is connected with the different culture from Asia, Africans, and the other continents. Here in Wrocław, we focus also on the music, but music, as you see on the slides, we have a national forum of the music. This is a very modern place when it's open to everybody, when you can come here and hear not only the classical music, but also the other kind of music, the music modern, the music which is very popular in Poland, but also from different countries. And here in our National Museum Forum of Musicum, you can find very high technological, very innovative systems of sounds. So this is the reason why a lot of people who are very good in musical sector try to come here and play a music, because the sound here just in this hall, it's so impressive. So if you would like and if you like music, you can come to the National Forum of Music in Wrocław and hear a different kind of music. But for our students and for our citizens and for tourists, we have also the other festivals, which is a very international festivals. And you can come here and hear a beautiful music. Here in Wrocław, we have a very good traditional in jazz. So as you can notice, we have a Jazztopad, this is a very well-known festival, and Summer Jazz Festival. And what is amazing that during both of these festivals, you can go to the different places in the city and you can hear the jazz music. And this is very friendly for the people who live here, but also you have a very big events, jazz events, but also the special dedicated for students, for old people, for young people. Everybody during this festival is involved in the jazz music. But from these people who would like to watch some of movies, we have international festivals, and the people used to come here to Wrocław just to participate in these very interesting international festivals of films. This is a two one. One of them is a New Horizons. It is a special event for people who loves films, and American Film Festival. So during this time, you can see a huge number of different movies which is connected with a different culture. So at least, but not last, we have a very unique festival. This is the name of Brave of the Festival. This is a festival which focus on the ethnics, music, ethics arts, ethics performance, and you can find during these very unique festivals people, you can meet here in Wrocław a different culture. There is not so popular culture, but there is a unique which comes from a different country. So as you see, we try and we just did it, and we are going to do it in our city to be a culture of international friendly city. And what more? For our students who just live here in Wrocław, we have a special tradition. For one day, our president of our city, just gives to the students the key to the city. It means that the students organize a lot of events during one day here in our city. There is events, as you see, some kinds, of walk, some kind of music, but everything what is done in this day, this is connected with students' life. So this is a very unique, also unique event which we organize here to Wrocław. And of course, we have not only the events for Polish-speaking students, but also we have events for students who came from different countries. And here in Wrocław, our culture, our international culture, it's also connected with the sports. We love sports here in Wrocław. So in 2012, we our city hosts the European Football Championship. Everybody knows UEFA Euro 2012. I hope you also. So we host here a lot of people who love footballs. And this is a very well-known football event. And we are very proud of this, that just our city will be open in the future for sure for these kinds of events. We have also these kinds of games here in Wrocław, which is not included in Olympic categories. In 2017, here in Wrocław, we had World Games. And World Games, I hope that you know, or if not, I explain in a few words. This is this kind of activity which is not included in the Olympics categories. So it means that here in the result of these events, now we have still in Wrocław very good sports like speedway, sport climbing, road speed skating. And in a lot of places here in Wrocław, you can find a place which you can use to do this sport. So you can, this is a very popular for our students. So everybody who comes here to the Wrocław can to participate in the sports climbing on road speed skating is very, very popular. And our team of Speedway has a lot of very good results. So this is what is, I think, the result of our international activity, our international culture in the areas of sport. I would like to say something more about also the activities which is dedicated directly to the students. One of them, this is a dragon boats. We have a very, very strong teams which takes part in the competition with these dragon boats around not only the Wrocław but also the Europe. We have also very good traditional international run activity. So every year we have a lot of smaller events for the students and a bigger one like marathon. And what is some kind of funny but interesting also activity for the students, there is some kind of auto stop competition, as you see on the right picture. And every year, one of our university, this is a university of Wrocław, organize the special kind of competitions in which people, like students, of course, have to go from one point to the other point. It's always start in Wrocław, And on the picture you see the Roma. And the winner will be this, who just did this distance in the smaller time. So this is not only for, of course, Polish students, but also for the students who came abroad. So our culture here in Wrocław is based of international people. And here in Wrocław, as you see, 1,750 foreigners from over 120 countries live here in the Wrocław. And we are very colorful society, and especially when we add the students who are not included in these statistics, it means that here in Wrocław, our culture is based to be open to the other nationality. And as you see on the picture, you have a lot of countries which you can meet here in Wrocław. There is only a few examples, this, which is the more people come and live here, from Georgia, Portugal, China, Japan, Belarus, Ukraine, Great Britain, United States, Vietnam, Spain, as you see. And my question is, try to guess how many Filipinos live here in Wrocław. Somebody try to guess? Okay, so I answer to the questions. Here in Wrocław, just lives 16 Filipinos. And I really dream to invite you here to Wrocław and invite you here and see you here and host you here in Wrocław. At the end of the presentation of the Wrocław culture, international culture, I would like to show you a small video.
We promised that Wrocław would wait for you, and we would meet again soon. We always keep our promises. The time has just come.
Okay, thank you for this presentation, and I would like to move to the other one, which is connected with my university. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you have any question to this part of presentation?
My only question was, I was interested in the pronunciation of, how do you pronounce it, Wrocław, and why is it spelled like that, Wrocław, in English?
Yes, it is a very difficult to the foreigners, because we have a this is a special Polish letter, w. So I think that's the best way in which you can say Wrocław, it's Wrocław, because this is in English Wrocław. Can you try, Doris?
Wrocław. Is it?
Perfect. Like laugh, like laugh. Yeah.
Why is it spelled raw? Is it the Wrocław in English?
No, in English it's Wrocław. Wrocław.
Wrocław.
In Polish is Wrocław, but there is a Polish letter, yeah? It's very difficult for foreigners.
But the word Wrocław is it Polish?
Yeah, not exactly. As I mentioned, the city which I present today, there is a very international history because it was set up by the Polish king, and after that, this part of the Poland was moved to the Czech. Yeah, now it's the Czech Republic, to the Czech. So after that, they moved to the Poland again, back to the Poland, and after that, we moved to the Germany. So here you can find a lot of extremely different kind of architecture because we are very international history. And what is very interesting from my point of view, that I lived in a different cities in Poland, in Warsaw, also in Łódź, and I know not a lot, but a little Krakow, which is a very well-known city in the world. And what is it interesting, that every of these city here in Poland have a different way in which people deal with the foreigners, from people from the other cities, other region from the Poland. And in Warsaw, people, this is a capital. So, you know, everybody would like to be in capital. There are a lot of people who would like to come there because they dream about some of career. And there are rather, I think, competitors environments. So everybody competitor with everybody, because they would like to be successful. And Krakow is very close. It means that when you come to Krakow, people are not so open for the foreigners, because Krakow all the time belongs to the Poland. And there is a traditional Poland society. And if you come here to Wrocław, we have this kind of history that after Second War, everybody who live here back to the Germany. And the new people come here. In the results, when you come to the Warsaw and Krakow or even Łódź and ask somebody about the way, how to get from point A to B, they, okay, I have no time, and they go. If you come here to Wrocław, everybody who you ask, try to explain how to get, try to find you the other way, the best way. This is a result of that's more like 16 years ago. Nobody knows nobody here. So people have to be together to do something. And this is a result of our open-minded and be open to the other. It's the other, it means the other region, the other cities, and people who come from the other continents, from other cities, other countries from the European Union. So I think that this is a very nice place to be. This is a beautiful place. This is a very open place. And today I would like to show that we are very modern also, that we focus not only for a history, but also from today. And this is why we organize a lot of very nice events, sports, as you see, the cultural events, which is for people who really would like to feel here good. So this is our culture here, very international open culture.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Honorata. So Sir Ronald here, Galindo, he has been to Poland, and your presentation of Poland is very impressive and they're very beautiful. So Sir Ronald, can you share to us some of your experiences there?
Yes. Hello, Honorata, and good morning in Poland. So I can pronounce it Roshwa, but well, it's difficult. But with the experience, well, I traveled alone And I was able to land on Poland and was really entertained by IULT with your management, and met the father, your president, and also everyone who did a lot for activities in internationalization. So referring to Poland with respect to the transportation and everything are in place, and roaming around the different uh, tourist spots, and also met two guys from Michigan, Detroit, and the faculty. So we did the tour with the dean of the engineering, and well, I really appreciate the mode of transportation in that city, and walk around through the different bridges, and took some pictures where I stayed. And well, I really tried to venture on taking the boat, and also the building you have shown to us. So there are a lot of people and different cultures, and they're really foreigners. And I tried to ask, it's true. When I tried to ask, and they will really tell you where you're going to go. I just tried. No? So it seems that I thought that they will not mind me, but they really showed to me on how to get to that place. So thank you very much for your time and sharing about your university. I hope many Filipinos and even students will be able to visit. And IULT, Honorata, and even your rector, and everyone from IULT are welcome to Cebu Technological University. I hope, when are you coming back?
I hope.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
thank you
you.
very much. Thank you. It was a real pleasure to host you here in Wrocław. To start, we just started to build the bridge between the two universities. And this is a very important for us, especially that your university is very prestigious university, focused also on technical aspects, and life and exist in the same way like my university. We are very international, open for the internationality. And for me, it is a real honor to cooperate with you. So thank you very much. And if we have no any question, I can move to the presentation about internationalization in my university.
Yes, okay. Before that, I will introduce first, some of our audience here may not know that IULT, International University of Logistics and Transport in Wrocław, Poland, and Cebu Technological University have been doing mobility exchanges. So meaning to say, some of our faculty members have gone to IULT Poland, and Honorata herself has gone to Cebu Technological University for these exchanges. So Honorata is going to show to us some opportunities that our students can engage in as well. And Honorata, you've been here to Cebu, and before you have this presentation, what do you think would be the greatest difference between Cebuanos or Filipinos and Polish?
I think that we have a lot of the same kind of behavior. It means that before my coming to the CTU, to the Cebu, I of course wrote a lot of information about Philippines. Yeah, and I extremely agree that you are very friendly, open. You love to eat like we in Poland. You love to enjoy the life. You love to sing, and we also love to sing. Yeah. So I think that in these two aspects, in these two few aspects, we are extremely the same. But what kind of differences? I think that you are, and the differences is connected with geographical place. It means that here in Wrocław, We have a winter time, it's very cold, and we are rather try to be more cold, more close, because we think all the time how to get to the warmer place. You all the time are sunny, you smile, you be open-minded. So maybe in this way, you like countries and people which I meet, I love it because every of us were so open, friendly, and doing a lot of things, amazing things. Your university started a huge number of partnerships. You did and still do a lot of different projects. And your university is, of course, a bigger one like mine. But for both of these universities, it's very important the technical programs and technical, I think, direction. So this is in a few words. I can say a longer one, but I think that we have to move to the presentation.
All right, thank you, Anuradha.
Thank you. Okay, of course, I try to share my screen. You see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so let's start. In this very international city, you can find my university, a very international university. On the picture, you can see my students who just graduate in the last year. They were from the master's programs. And as you can notice, we have students from a lot of different continents, starting from Asia, finishing from Africans. And this year, we have also the students from the South Africa. Okay, our university is based in 2001, and from the beginning, the most important issue, most important things, it is the internationalization. So we have 20 years of traditional in cooperation with a different country. We start, our first partner was the University of Lorraine. Of course, they still are we are still in the relationship, but we are focused on the international programs. And in result, our programs was awarded by the French Prime Minister because of the best European internationalization projects. We have also the long traditional with cooperation with the international logistics companies, because the owner and the person who set up our university before had their own huge companies which operate on logistics areas, and he noticed that there were no enough specialists with logistics skills. So this was the reason why he set up our university. And the last one aspect there is that we have a lot of specialists around the world who come here and teach our students. And the very important organization which we have a very strong cooperation, this international organization, Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. It was set up in Great Britain, and now they have, as you see on the slide, 44,000 of members from the TFL industry from around the countries. What is important for our students that there is a very important and very influenced organization in the industry, and every of our logistics program has special certificate that there is a very good suit to the market, labor market. And it means in the practice that if you finished our logistics majority, you receive certificate, and if you apply for a job, the people who recruit you will see that you have very well qualified in logistics. So this is some kind of advantages for our graduates, that they have, better knowledge like the other university here in Poland. And what about our educational offers in English? Here at our university, you can study on the bachelor studies, on masters. we can, of course, I can explain, of course, the English courses, and all of them are specialized in logistics. What is important that the master's programs we have, as I mentioned at the beginning, with the University of Lorraine, and 40% of the courses are taught by the professors from the University of Lorraine. And this is, I think, the most important thing for us, because independent organization decided that we are very good. So, so in results, in not only the Polish rankings, but also this is a European rankings, we are on the top places. So for us, it is very important because it is the proof that our work is done very good. And for this kind of the internationalization of our programs and university, which is very important for my students, is the cooperation with the different companies. Especially as you see on the slides, we try to cooperate, and we have a very strong cooperation with Amazon, Volvo, DHL. As you see, a lot of international companies. And how it's run in the practice, you like a student and our students can go for internships in this company, can go for some of study visits, can see how work is in this, for example, in Amazon company, and what kind, you know, of behavior is needed, what kind of skill is needed. We put a lot of attention to these kind of aspects of our educations, which is connected with professional perspective. So in the results, our students after graduate always find jobs. So it means that that are professional active. And what is important from our point of view, like a logistics university, that 86% of them work in sector of logistics or transport or forwarding. So this is important, that finishing our university is some kind of guarantee that you receive the good job. As following to the international reports, the professional like logistics, it's on the 21 positions, like the most desirable on the labor market. So say I am, you know, the most proud that we have international environment here at our university, because we cooperate with the lot of different companies, and I am very happy that our students have a very good future after finishing our university. And who are our university? I can believe, but even the COVID-19, a lot of students would like to come here to our university and study here. And I know that a lot of studies, as we start today discussion, were conducted by online system, but people still would like to, even the COVID, even online systems, even, you know, a lot of different universities around the world would like to choose my university. And in the middle intake, it is a March intake, we had people who came from 20 different countries around the world. And now at our university, you can find different colleagues from Europe, Asia, Africa, and as you see, Europe from Great Britain, also Turkey, France, but Asia, and also the Africans. And we have still not a lot of people from the Philippines. So I think how to encourage you and help you to come here at my university. And the other aspects of the internationalization, it is the open lectures programs. It means that as Dr. Galindo mentioned, we invite people here to our university to present the newest knowledge in logistics, the innovation in logistics, forwarding and transport, but also different problems. Because if you compare Poland, as you saw on the map, Poland and Wrocław, we are on land. We have small part which neighborhood is the sea, but we are rather land country. It means that here in Poland it is important the cars, important is the train and transport connected with these kinds of transport. If we when we invited the professors from Australia, there are extremely different problems, because for them there are not important this kind of transport like us. So our students can see case studies how the transport and how logistics exist in the different countries, of course connected with the, for example, geographical place. And before the pandemic, we have a huge number of open lectures which were done here at my university. Because of pandemic and online system, we moved to the online webinars. The advantages of this is that there is no problem to invite professors or specialists from different countries because of the problems with the traveling. Only problem is to match the hours because of different zone of hours. So we have now the online webinars with the Wayne State University, for example, but also Australian University and University from Great Britain. In these aspects, we have also the international conference. Dr. Galindo could, of course, participate in one of them. And we have this, of course, focus of two topic internationalization and also of transport and logistics problems. And what we offer here, like a SPAM special of international culture, this is exchanging program. I hope you know the Erasmus programs for the students. This is a program which we offer for students. One semester, our students can spend abroad in a different university. And the other things which we offer, it is the internship. During the holiday time, our students can go for internship to different countries for 2 months, and we just gave them the grant scholarship. Yeah. And as you see on the picture on my slide, we have a lot of different countries, not only from European Union, but also from outside the European Union, which we cooperate with. And these Erasmus programs, this is for the students and also from the staff. And this is a great opportunity for the students who can meet the other modern education. They can gain a very interesting international contact. And honestly speaking, when I send some of students to the different university, of course, the students are very interested how it will be look. But after they back, this is a sense, sometimes a sense of my existing here. They feel so happy because they saw something more like only the Polish educational and being here in Poland, but also they meet the other university, the other opportunities, the other way in which we can exist at the university. So this is very important for our internationalization strategy, to send students to the different university, but also gives our staff opportunity to develop the professional skills, sending for the training or academic exchanging program using this scholarship. But from the other side, we have a scholarship for the professors, which we can just invite here to our university. I'm really sorry that the COVID-19 crossed every mile over our plan in these aspects, but we are still have some of grants and waiting for opening the border to the different countries. And thanks to these grants, I can start the cooperation between your university and mine. So it was in 2018, first time I visit, I mentioned Dr. Doris Gascon and Ronald Galindo. I visited your university. I really appreciate this visit. I was so impressed. And after that, your representative visit our university, and after that in 2019, Mr. Galindo visit our university. And two examples of the other cooperation. There is not included in the Erasmus programs. We have strong cooperation in Cranford School of Management and Wayne State University. From UK, our partners from UK. We cooperate very often in these aspects, which is a lecture, open lecture here at our university, but also webinars. We have a special summer programs referring this program. The students from Cranfield University come here, visit our university, can opportunity to meet our city. And the last thing which is important for my students, and this is that when some of my students after bachelor study would like to continue and study in the United Kingdom, they have a special discount for just master studies in majority logistics and supply chain management. And the other opportunities, this is opportunities which we offer our students with cooperation with Wayne State University, also the lecture, but very interesting is the virtual students exchanging program. We have been running it from the 2018. And during these virtual students programs, the students only online, even before COVID, people have an online meeting. We organize small groups, especially 3 or 2 people, and they work together during the semester, work on the topic logistics in country, in the USA and Poland, comparing the differences, finding the similarity, and from the other side, they compare the culture. Yeah, how the people behave in professional life in Poland and in logistics. And this is one semester exchanging program. After that, they present their work and they be in touch. And in the summertime, the people from Wayne State University, these students and the professors, they visited our university, but this year it is not possible because of COVID-19. And for our students, we have opportunity to participate in General Motors competitions. And if people win, they can go to United States of America. Our rector gets a special scholarship to participate on place in these programs. So this is some kind of very interesting, this is only example of a lot of our different activity which we can offer our students. And what more? From time to time, we have a program Study for Free because we received the grant from European Union. And just this year, like in 2018, we have a programs for 10 students, best students who would like to study for free at our university. This program is being done together with the National Aviation University Kiev. It means that 2 years master programs was shared on 2 parts. 1 year, the students who will be in these projects spent in Kiev, and 1 year come here to Wrocław and spend here in Wrocław. And referring to this special comprehensive join master studies in logistics. We offer a lot of activities, a lot of traineeship, some kind of scholarship to come abroad, some kind of summer school, and we are still in process. So if you would like to be involved in these programs, I feel free to send to us the, of course, your documents. But of course, everything should be done by Dr. Doris Gascon. But we have still the opportunity for the best students, and this is, I think, very good opportunity to meet not only the Poland but also the Kiev. And this is our internationalization. This is the internationalization of our students. And what can I say? I think that now I would like to show you the opinion of my students about my university.
Hello. Привет, Аня. Namaste. Salam. Bonjour. Mbote. Ya. Привет. أهلا وسهلا. Hello. Merhaba. Ça va, nasıl? Nasılsınız? Selamünaleyküm. Xin chào các bạn. Привет. Merhaba. Bonjour. Добрый день. Marhaba. Hello. Akwaba.
Cześć. Hi, my name is Vanessa. I'm studying here 2 years. I would like to present you my university and my international friends.
Tell me, why did you choose logistics and transport?
Well, in addition to the fact that logistics studies are very promising, they are also interesting. The study program is very comprehensive. We study various interesting subjects.
Tell me, why did you choose logistics and transport?
Well, I've chosen logistics because if you see the earning points, logistics specialists, they're earning a lot of money. Even after working in the logistics fields, they can easily earn to $3,000 easily. They won't have any problems finding the job, and there are plenty of job offers in the field of logistics. And such education gives me opportunity to work in growing logistics and transport industry.
I welcome you to the International University of Logistics and Transport. I've been here for 2 years and I like the environment so much.
Tell me, why?
Wrocław is an amazing city.
I study here for Erasmus for the first time when I came to the city, and now I start to follow master in logistics science, and I like this city. I'm studying at the best logistic university in a beautiful city.
The location of Wrocław is amazing. It's located near Berlin, near Vienna, and Prague.
I like Wrocław, especially the architecture of the old building.
What other professional aspects are there at university?
Job fair. I would say job fairs. They're frequently organized in Wrocław, sometimes even at our university, so that can help us get acquainted with the logistic industry already during our studies.
We also have the chance of viewing job offers there, as well as talking to professionals about the logistics industry. In addition, it's an amazing thing the university also have a career advisor who goes an extra mile in helping us creating our professional resumes.
So we try not to forget about social skills. We teach students how to work in group, how to negotiate, how to build compromise. And of course, we are using some alternative methods, as you can see in the background.
I'm here in Wrocław studying logistics in the International University of Logistics and Transport. I highly recommend this school because what they will give you is A-level professionalism.
I love the international environment of the university.
I'm Nison Tumba. I start here. It's very nice. If you want to come, it's ready for you.
I'm studying here and I'm very happy that I chose this place.
I've been here for some time now and I can definitely tell you that this is a good school in the entire Europe. This is a school where they don't only teach us, but they prepare us for the future. And not just for the future, but for the future with a good job. This is the best school for you.
So as you saw, the logistics gives a lot of opportunities for great professional career. I think that especially when you study in the international environment, because the logistics at all, it's very international. And especially when you study at the city, which is a very, very international. I think that I would like to say thank you very much for today's meeting. Thank you for your attention. And it would be lovely if I will have opportunity to host your presidents, your staff, and also your students here in Wrocław. Not only like a tourist, but also like a student, partnerships. And I hope we will be the place when you visit us very often. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorata. So the opportunities have been presented. So if you would like to have your program there in Poland, and as you can see, Poland is a very nice place, you may just reach out to us at the City Internationalization Office. And then there are some, wait a moment. There are some comments here just saying thank you from our audience. And then also we would like to share our certificate of appreciation for the time that you have spent with us, Honorata. And hopefully some of our students, our president, or some of our faculty members can really go to Poland soon, because it's a nice country. So Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Honorata Dudek-Frisiak, Head of International Cooperation Office of International University of Logistics and Transport, IULT in Wrocław, Poland, for serving as a resource speaker for the topic Poland, Culture and Internationalization of IULT during CTU's first International and Intercultural Festival on June 10 to 11, 2021, done by a webinar hosted by CTU Philippines. This certificate is given on the 11th day of June 2021 in the city of Cebu. And hopefully we can have you here again, Honorata, in Cebu, because I think you have not really toured Cebu yet. You've just gone to some places.
In Cebu?
Yeah.
Can you repeat? Can you repeat?
Yeah, in Cebu, you have gone here, but you have only been to some few places. So hopefully when you come back, we can give you a tour.
Yes, but I saw a lot of nice places, a few your campus. So I was really appreciate what I saw. Yeah, so it is amazing. Your university still done, and for sure will be done a lot of very interesting projects, a lot of educational offer. It is starting from tourism, agriculture, yeah, and also the technicals. So I really appreciate this time. I really appreciate that you invite me for this International Day. It was a pleasure to present a few key facts about Wrocław and about our university. I hope we will see here in Wrocław. I hope we will see in your country, in your city, at your university, but I hope also we will see soon on online meeting. So thank you very much for today. Thank you for everything, and greetings.
Can we give Honorata a virtual round of applause, please? Yay, very good. Thank you so much, Honorata.
Thank you.
So now we proceed to the next part of our program, where we finish the digital stories of our students. These digital stories, for those who have not been here, these are stories of the students' intercultural experience. So we have shown already 5 of them. Now we will proceed to the 6th video. Okay.
Cultural diversity is a debatable open-ended term, which generally refers to a reality of coexistence of diverse knowledge, beliefs, arts, morals, laws, customs, religions, languages, abilities, and disabilities, genders, ethnicities, races, nationalities, sexual orientation, etc. of human beings. It could extend to the way people react to this reality and the way people choose to live together with this reality. Cultural diversity is the existence of a variety of cultural groups within a society. Cultural groups can share many different characteristics such as culture, religion, ethnicity, language, nationality, sexual orientation, class, gender, age, disability, health differences, geographic location, and lots of other things. It helped dispel negative stereotypes and personal biases about different groups. In addition, cultural diversity help us recognize and respect ways of being that are not necessarily our own, so that as we interact with others, we can build bridges to trust, respect, and understanding across cultures. Diversity brings in new ideas and experiences, and people can learn from each other. Bringing in different ideas and perspectives lead us to better problem solving. Working in diverse teams opens dialogue and promotes creativity. The value of diversity is true for our culture too. Among the most noticeable disadvantages of cultural diversity include language barriers, social tension, and civic disengagement. It should be noted that these are not reasons to avoid diversity, but rather factors to keep in mind as society heads toward a more diverse future. On the other hand, it helps people to come in contact with different culture, traditions, languages, and develop new ideas and perceptions. It also helps people to gain new experiences and interactions among people become more stronger. In behalf of my group mates, we are from Cebu Technological University, Danao campus, taking up Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. We thank you for listening.
Okay, so that is a presentation from the Danao campus, second year BS Hospitality Management. I would like to inform everyone that we have over 1,000 views and participants from our Facebook Live. So you can also like the page, Internationalization and ASEAN Integration page. Now we have again from the Now campus, second year BS Travel Management. We're in this together by Mariel May Wagas.
Every time a star falls down, you lose a little piece of mind. I remember I was sitting next with my best friends at the canteen, talking about life, school, and what our future has in store. I remember doing school projects with my favorite people. I remember laughing very hard with my classmates because someone throws a joke. We even feel sad for someone that he wasn't able to take the exam because he arrived late at school from his workplace. Yes, many of my classmates are working students, and I am proud of them. College was never fun without your best friend, or lucky for you if you got a classmate that has the same vibes as you, and a classmate that will lend their hands to help you. They were not just a classmate, but a family. But the coronavirus changed everything. Everybody's worst nightmare became a reality. Schools got closed, many individuals lost their jobs, and worst, their loved ones. We all lost something and someone from this pandemic. We almost lost our life, the normal life that we were living. Our university announced that we will continue school from home. The transitions was real quick, from sitting too close with your classmates to watching them all in one screen. It was sad that this was happening, that we can't do things just like the normal days. This made us all apart from each other. But life must go on. As long as we have each other, we can get through this. We're in this together. We will fight as one.
Okay, and the next presentation is from the CTU main campus from the College of Arts and Sciences, a third-year student from the Bachelor of Arts in Literature program. We have here Ray Earl Tinambakan with his video, Ships.
Riding on a ship? Me too. But that was before the pandemic ruined and affected numerous lives. Yes, I admit, the pandemic ruined my plans for my studies and my hobbies as well. But from that, something came up that I should see its brighter side. And yes, I agree. Everything happens for a reason. For the first time last year, I was able to join a digital storytelling contest that showcases various cultures which are worthy to be studied and to be remembered as well. The piece was entitled The Gift, which features vlogging as my newly discovered talent as an instrument for me to promote and preserve my country's culture and my own little way. Today, I'm going to join this contest for the second time. One day, I opened my dictionary app, thinking some words which ends with ship. While reading, two words popped up in my mind: friendship and relationship. And indeed, these are the two things that I got in the midst of the pandemic that we're facing right now. Unity amidst diversity, camaraderie despite of differences. And yes, we can prove that. We can prove that through our actions. Despite from the poverty we face, we are all aiming to be the catalysts of breaking the chains of poverty. We are hoping that one day we can ride our desired ships again. The ships of ambition, the ships of fulfilled dream, the ships of success, the ships of achievement.
Okay, that was Ships by Ray Earl Tinambakan. And the ninth presentation, the second to the last digital story, is from CTU Maine College of Arts and Sciences, a second-year Bachelor of Science in Mathematics students, Emily John May Pagalan, with his video, An Ayimun Experience.
A journey I never expected. Asia Youth International Model United Nations Virtual Conference 2021. It is an annual conference where young leaders from all over the world sit together in an assembly called meeting sessions, and each of them play the role as a diplomat representing the country they are assigned to. As an amateur at this kind of event, I just relied on what guide sent to me. 893 delegates from 58 countries gathered. I was assigned in the WHO Council and represented the delegation of Austria. The opening ceremony was a blast. It opened with a cultural performance from Indonesia. Secretary General Daria Kisilava delivered her opening speech. It was followed by Jung Agedeni Williams and Guilherme Canela. The first day of the committee session was jam-packed. Chair Jonas introduced the Rules of Procedure, or ROP, in MUN. Then, we were asked to introduce ourselves. I met virtually the delegate of Sweden, Peru, Mongolia, Ecuador, Indonesia, and etc. I also had my 1-minute opening speech. Chair Hiba opened the floor to the motions to be adopted. The tense part of the MUN was the debate. You would only be given 1.5 minutes to answer. The second day of the committee session was nerve-wracking. Our block was focused to finish our draft resolution. Then later on, I had a gossip that the delegate of Panama had a crush on the delegate of Mongolia. All the delegates teased them, but Mongolia confessed that she already had a boyfriend. Panama was broken-hearted. After a few minutes, the voting proceedings happened. With a vote to the majority, our draft resolution passed. Yay! The board of directors introduced a gossip box, confessions, shocking revelations, and a message of appreciation was made. The last day of the conference was the closing ceremony. Delegates showcased their country's culture. The delegate of China played many instruments. I was astonished. From a simple post that I saw on Facebook comes an experience that I will never forget. Are you ready to take a challenge? Be the bearer of change.
Okay, so that was the presentation of Aimelu John May Pagalan on his experience in the Ayimun, the Asia Youth something. Okay. And then the last video on cultural diversity is from Hurt James Baton, a second-year BS Hospitality Management student of CTU Danao.
Hi, my name is Sir James C. Baton, and I am from the BSH of 29. Today, I'm going to share my thoughts about the topic cultural diversity. So, first and foremost, what is cultural diversity and how it is important in our daily life setting? Cultural diversity is such a broad topic. It's a topic that needs to be brought forward to the wider audience, and people needs to be educated about this topic. Cultural diversity involves the religion, the beliefs, the traditions, the gender, the races of the people. We are already knowing that someone can easily brag others because of their different skin color. So we are already know what is happening in America, such as the murder of the Black Americans and now the Asian. These things that is happening is really sad, knowing that we are all the same. It's because we are all the same in a way that God has created us. It shouldn't be cross the line of murdering others or bragging others just because we are different. I think it's more on people really needs to be educated towards this topic so that they will be aware, knowing that cultural diversity is important to celebrate it. It is worth to be recognized, knowing that once we are going to engage with different cultures, we can actually learn from them. We can actually know the differences and then somehow make it as something productive or make it as something great to the other people as well, knowing that each of us has different perspectives, different point of views about things. So these things must believe in us. It should not be again cross the line of disrespecting others. It's because cultural diversity, the aim of cultural diversity is to promote inclusive environment for everybody, such as respecting people regardless of what they look like or where they are coming from or their economic background. Respecting each other is really a great thing towards striving for the betterment in our world. Equality is really needs to be cultivated, really need to be discussed about, because this is not a black and white issue. This is something that people in this world has been striving for. So in order for us to be living in an equal world, then we need to respect everyone around us. We need to recognize them. We need to be accountable with our own actions, knowing that we are hurting someone, and it's not a good idea. We need to be, as a citizen here in here, respectful and really because invalidating others' experiences just because you don't go through it is not really a good idea. It's not really a good option as well. So we should always respect others. We should always treat each other equal and so treat each other that way. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. So those are the 10 digital stories from our CTU students. And we are now going to announce the winners. But before that, just a quick run through of their names just to thank them, appreciate them for submitting the entries. And these students, I think most of them have gone through the intercultural awareness and cultural diversity massive open online course brought to us by the Erasmus Plus Friends project. Okay, so I'd like to recognize and thank her James Baton, Aimelu John May Pagalan, Ray Earl Tinambakan, Mariel May Wagas, Laila May Botanes, Trisha May Roble, Rhea Rose Bordadora, Valley Rose Pagalan, Ana May Comendador, and Laureline Obida. And some of you are here in the Zoom room. So congratulations, a certificate of participation will be provided to you all. So, but we are now down to just 3 winners for this afternoon. So don't worry. Anyway, this experience is already a success already for you. Okay. So there are 4 judges for this digital story. contest. And these are the, this is the deliberation, okay?
Then we have come up with the top 3 winners. But before that, let me introduce to you the panel of judges. We have Professor Francisco Lucero, a master's in development communication and a development communication specialist of the CTU main campus. He is a focal for the communication department. We have here from Tuburan campus, the coordinator, the head of the literature degree program. And she also has a doctorate degree in literature and communication, Dr. Mayat Elioran.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, and good afternoon. Okay, and then we have—
And good afternoon.
And we also have here a graduate of Bachelor of Arts and Master of Arts in Communication, a faculty member of the communication departments of the CTU main campus, Sir Jonas Flores.
Hello, good morning.
So also representing the Internationalization and ASEAN Office, I'm also Doris Gascon, one of the judges. Okay, so we are now going to announce the winners. 3rd place goes to Aimilu John May Pagalang of CTU main campus, BS Mathematics 2nd year, for his video and Amiyun experience. Congratulations, John. And the 2nd runner-up goes to the video Ships. Congratulations, Earl. And then our champion for the digital storytelling contest goes to Trisha May Robles for her video, My Journey to Korea, a 3rd year BES CTU San Francisco campus. Congratulations, Trisha.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. So thank you, diri si Trisha, no? Trisha is here. Hi, Trisha. Congratulations.
Oh, Mom, thank you.
Right. Now, as you can see, the digital stories in the IACD MOOC, which I have just mentioned, this is part of the Erasmus Plus Friends project. And to close our 2-day event of the CTU International and Intercultural Festival 2021, she is the Director of International Cooperation and the Project Manager of the Erasmus Plus K-A2 Capacity Building in Higher Education, Friends, Furthering International Relations Capacities and Intercultural Engagement to nurture campus diversity and to support internationalization at home, which is joined by countries such as Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand, the Philippines, and Bhutan. Friends from CTU and also our friends from other countries and universities. Let us all welcome Kristina Armutlieva of the Varna University of Management, Bulgaria.
Guys, hi Doris.
Hello, Kristina.
Hey, so nice to see you, Doris, and everyone else here in Zoom. And I understood that beyond this figure of roughly 50 participants in this Zoom session, we've got more than 1,000 followers up there on Facebook, which is lovely. I'd like to welcome everyone and to congratulate you on the organization of this International and Intercultural Festival. I know that over the last 2 days you've been involved in a variety of activities in the framework of this online event, and I hope that through these sessions you not only manage to sort of increase the interest, to enhance interest towards our project, our Friends project, but also to sort of win new followers for our cause of supporting internationalization at home and nurturing campus diversity. As already mentioned, I hope many times during these 2 days, the Friends project is funded under the Erasmus Plus program for capacity building in higher education. And my university, namely Varna University of Management, that is the coordinator of this Friends project, is absolutely delighted to have the academic community of CTU on board, along with the other 15 project participants. Internationalization at home is very much at the heart of every dynamic university's ongoing agenda. It aims to improve students' intercultural support, competence, and to provide support primarily to those of you who are not, for one reason or another, able to travel abroad. When we are not able to travel the world nowadays because of COVID, at least what we can do is to bring the world to your screens and to your academic communities. One of the ways to do so is to, of course, register, log in, and follow and complete the massive online open course designed in the Friends project. Doris just referred to that an instant ago. It is dedicated to and aims to foster intercultural awareness and cultural diversity of students in the Philippines, Bhutan, Malaysia, Cambodia, and Thailand. On top of this, I understand there has been a significant interest towards the digital storytelling at CTU, which is lovely, and the digital storytelling itself represents a brilliant, innovative tool and channel for students to express their intercultural, to share and express knowledge and experience in communicating in intercultural or international environments. This is a learning journey. I mean, improving and gaining intercultural skills. This is a lifelong learning journey, and it requires a lot of interest and towards the world surrounding us. And I'd like to sort of encourage you all to stay interested to everything that is unknown, that is new, that encourages you to explore new cultures, countries, worlds. We all want to be interesting people, and the way to be interesting is to be interested. And by showing interest and learning more about different cultures and countries and societies and worlds, you actually are able to grow. And I like to believe that growing and becoming a better person is everyone's idea of his or her life and life purpose. So I like to believe that all of you will, in one way or another, become better persons by becoming friends and getting to know our project and improving your intercultural skills. I like to, apart from addressing the students, a lot of the students of CTU, I like to also sort of express my special gratitude to the team of CTU, the Friends team at CTU, Doris and Ronald, Galindo, and everybody else who is in our project team and who have proved to be very supportive and proactive and reliable partners, friends, and allies in this institutional and international journey we're all on. And finally, I like to believe that the time when I will be able to go back to Cebu is not far away in the future. I've been twice to Cebu already in the course of the last 5 years, and I can't wait to go back to the Philippines and to Cebu as well. So in the meantime, I wish you all to stay healthy and well and interested. and positive and friendly. And I hope you will make new friends through this project. And thanks to the to your engagement and dedication to the cause of intercultural communication and friendship. So thank you all. Hope you enjoy your event, and I also look forward, like I said, at some point to meeting you in one way or another, also in person in Cebu City. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Christina of Varna University of Management, Bulgaria. We actually have 2,000 registration as of the moment. So thank you so much for those who have participated. You may receive a certificate of participation if you also fill out the feedback form through the link given here in the chat box and on Facebook Live, and here in the in the comment section and here in the chat box. So as we end, we hope that we can see your faces. You may turn your videos on so we can, document your presence here with us. So Prof. Niza of Malaysia is still here. Thank you, Prof. Niza. I hope Honorata is still here. Okay, so and yeah, shout out to some of our friends again from Malaysia. Honorata is here also, so thank you so much. So let's take a photo now. Page 1, smile everyone. All right, that's a good sign, huh? Okay, page 2, smile everyone. Okay, para makita tas video, no? So again, salamat sa pagtambong. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. And this has been Doris saying we have to advance partnership for quality education and sustainability. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye,
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Christina, thank you so much for coming, for your presence here. And to some campus directors and chairpersons who are with us and deans of instruction. Also the students, of course. Thank you, everybody.